Hello everybody and welcome to another one of our leadership training videos. In these leadership training videos, what I do is I just take you through over a few minutes a few ideas around a particular theme. My intention is to help you to become a better leader if you are already on that journey. If you're not a leader and you don't want to be a leader, that's totally okay as well. There are many who say to me they're not leaders, but they're interested and curious about what leadership is, and maybe one day they'll become a leader as well. So my intention is to help you to understand what the leadership traits are, the leadership skills, the leadership abilities that you need in order to become a more effective leader, a more successful leader. So wherever you are on the journey, you're welcome here. My name is Chris Igwe. I have over 35 years experience leading, training and developing teams across 5 major European markets, but more importantly, across Europe, Middle East and Africa, as well as the US and Asia as well. So please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you know when other videos are becoming available. So let's get going. Let's get into it. What I want to talk about, because I haven't really touched on it in these video series, is the leadership styles. There are many conversations around styles, but at the end of it, I want you to think about what is your style? What is your style that you are using? So leadership styles is really, really important because we all have it. There are particular hallmarks of the way in which we do things as leaders. So one of the main things that your leadership style defines or is defined by is in fact the way in which you lead. How do you lead? And that how could be, although it's linked to methods that you use, but I chose to just break it down a little and basically say the how is as much, and always hold the word style in your head. So see style as an image of what leadership is and what you use or you see other people using. So how, in terms of communication, how do you communicate when you talk to people, when you write to people? What is the way in which you do it? Is it clear? But more importantly, what are the words you use? What's the tone? Are you in control of the way in which you communicate? So it could be communication, either verbal or written. What about your behavior? How you lead? What is your style, your behavioral style? And we'll come on to what those are in a minute. I'll break that down and you can see, but it could be around behavior. So think about that. What is my behavior when I'm leading people? When I'm holding a meeting, for example, am I the one in control of the meeting, or do I just sit there and allow the meeting to run itself, or do I have other people do it? So what's your behavior? It could be your behavior towards the rest of the team, the department, the company. How do you behave towards them? So behavior and communication are just a couple of examples I wanted to use in terms of the how. And then what are the methods that you use? Because styles are about methodology, about the way in which you approach. Is it structured? In other words, do you do things in a certain methodical manner? That's a behavioral aspect, and that is a style. And then there are others who, for want of a better description, are chaotic. It happens, but you don't quite know how it happens. Now you might say, well, this is the creative people who are there, and this is the kind of engineers, of which I'm one. But it's not totally true. You can't segregate them out like that. There are moments when both work, and sometimes one is better than the other, depending on the circumstance. You may be leading something in the sense of you want a new idea, something put together. It's going to be a little bit chaotic because you don't quite know where you're starting. But can you do chaotic and can you do structured at the same time? Or do you just do structured? There is no right or wrong. I'm just saying the way in which you lead is about how you do this. Okay? So let's come then to the styles. So here there are many different styles and there are many studies around, and if you want to go deeper into this, I may do in another video at another stage, but these are sort of the main styles that we as leaders use, and I'd be interested to know where you fit into this. So they're not in any particular order of hierarchy, but transactional. Transactional leadership is kind of where I expect you to do something because I'm the boss and you are in my team or the person I lead, and I say you need to do this by Friday 5 p.m. with a view that if you don't do it by Friday 5 p.m. there's either a punishment of a certain description or there is a reward depending on how you want to focus. So it's transactional, it's a deal-based relationship, it's a deal-based leadership. You do this, you get that. You don't do this, you don't get that. It's as simple as that. Could be that kind of leadership. An autocratic leadership, that's perhaps an extension of transactional, but autocratic is basically, this is the way that I do things. This is my world, this is my way. You behave or you act in exactly the way in which I direct you to do. I direct, it's a one-way street. It's like, this is not a discussion, not a debate. You do it and I expect you to do it. It's as simple as that. Could be a fatherly one, for want of a better description. There are other descriptions around that, but fatherly is kind of caring, paternalistic, if you like. So a little bit of some of the things I've talked about in a previous video or previous videos around empathy, around caring, about support, just being there for people. And that's the way in which you lead. You sort of almost figuratively put your arms around their shoulder and say, it's okay, you know, it's not gone so well, but let's work at it, it's going to be better. So there's that kind of support network in terms of how you lead them. There's the democratic one, and democratic is, it's sort of like where you delegate in a sense. So you say to people, this is what I want you to do, and you give each person a role and a responsibility within that approach. Or it could be equally, you have a team and you want everybody to come up with thoughts and ideas about how a particular project should be moved forward. So you're giving everybody some space to be able to input into the process. So that's a democratic one. Then there's another one which is unstructured, and some people refer to it as a laissez-faire, as in French, which is basically almost a free-for-all, as it were, because you kind of believe, and remember I referred to chaotic earlier on, for example. So that's where people will be given an opportunity to just, everybody piles in with thoughts and ideas, or they don't. It may just be you let them do it. Now, the thing to be careful of in an unstructured leadership style is there's a presumption that those who you are leading have the ability to manage themselves and control themselves and lead to a certain degree themselves, although you're the ultimate decision maker, because this can go in a very different manner from the one in which you planned or intended. So in a sense, there is an expectation of some sort of control, and you can put those in place perhaps, but unstructured, it's a little bit dangerous, if you like, if you want to go far. Now, I know certain major companies, global companies, who have that unstructured style. So they basically allow you, it's where your creativity is born. So they kind of let you do what you do best and come back with the solutions and ideas. And for some, it works incredibly well, incredibly well. So I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'm just saying know what animal you're dealing with in terms of the people that you're working with in that environment. And then transformational. And transformational is kind of where you provide a vision. So you lead by giving a vision, you give a direction, and you give inspiration as well. So this is where you are basically saying, guys, this is where we're going, this is what I want us to do. It's an amazing journey we're going to have, all on board on the train or bus or whatever it is, let's go for it. So those are some of the styles that are used. And I guess for you, you should just look at those and see where you fit in. There are, which is why I say I'll probably do another video on breaking these down. There are pros and cons of each one, of course, like anything, and you just need to know what those are. And then you can use them more effectively or more efficiently. Maybe you move in or out of some of these, although some are kind of apart, they're diagonally opposed, if you like. So in a sense, the transformational won't go very easily with an autocratic, someone who shouts a lot or uses his or her strong, vibrant energy to move a team forward. They may say there's a vision here, but it's very unlikely that they'll be talking about the vision or the inspiration. It's even less likely that they'll give you an unstructured environment. They will be saying, this is the way it goes. I don't really care what you all think. I didn't bring you on board to think. I brought you on board to execute. So different styles, but there are one or two where you can move in and out in a different way to create some sort of interest and engage the team, more importantly, and engage those who you're leading to become even better, because that's what leadership is all about. It's about inspiring people to grow and be better than they currently are, to wherever they want to go. So I hope this has given you some thoughts and ideas. Please feel free to like, comment and share, and of course subscribe to the channel so you know when other videos are becoming available. And as I said before, let me know what your thoughts and ideas are, and I certainly look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you.